as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Hey man, watch the boot. Hey, 18. 51.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 29, Trubisky, and he whips that one incomplete there. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Jerome Baker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
18. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Lock in. 51's the mic.
Now Trubisky. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check hot route.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker, and the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Running to start the drive is Love. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Redskins 14, Giants 0. Greg Zerline sets the kickoff.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Coming again.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles
Mike
Davis.
51. Mike 51. Here we go. Here we go.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
The 36-yard line.
Get up. 180. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Trubisky will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
That's another Giants.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. 51. You're trash. You're trash. No, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this down only to the 18. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing is Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Bridgewater. Completes it to Samuel. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Play action now. Bridgewater rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a give running right is Love. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Going to throw deep, and this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Tyreek Hill becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Giants take over.
Let's go,
first and
baby.
10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
51's Mike. Mike 51. Hey, keep it. Hey, get in the weight room. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On third down, Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get up.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's second down.
51's the mic. Get ready.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter action with 1:59. Remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Play fake. Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Trubisky now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Play action. It's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Kenny Clark breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Bridgewater again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. To the air again with Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on 3rd and goal? Going to give it to Love. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zerline good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Out. 3 down.
First down run with Elliott, going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the
time we have to leave the booth.
First down, Washington.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25. At the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. He finds Taylor, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Tackles.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Bridgewater now. That one complete to Hill. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Hill on the return. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Go! 180! 51. You must be dreaming.
Throwing on 2nd down, Trubisky. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Meanwhile, here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. That one complete. Elliott finding some. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble into the Redskins. Have it they do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Coming this way, here we go, here we go. Check 50.
Bridgewater. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
First down,
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Watch it. Rotate. Spell. Put it right.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 3's mine. Got you, boy.
On 2nd down, Love. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Giants take over first down at their own 25-yard line. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you... And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Redskins 66, Giants 3. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Right there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Trubisky will come up here first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Alert, alert, alert.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Check three, check three, check three. Hey, 18, 18, 18.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jerome Baker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now it's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Man, talk. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Man, that's
Fourth down. Here's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing here, Bridgewater. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. On 1st down, here's Love. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.